Hello YouTube friends, Ben Ochart here, sitting in front of the 100-gallon acrylic cichlid tank, and thank you for tuning in. And today I'm going to talk about a story that probably you have as well, and that involves going out to a store. And in this case, I went out to Glendale Tropical Imports. It's a local fish store, closest one to me, that is my neighborhood favorite. With regards to close stores. And of course, you know, I order from all over the country. In Glendale is a small privately owned store that I stop at for some supplies, and in this case I wanted to put a little bit of charcoal into the 150-gallon. The 150-gallon had been recently treated. I put it through 3 rounds of API general cure, and it needed some charcoal added to it, which is very easy when you have a sump. You just drop it in, and so I need to put some charcoal in there to help remove any residual, meds that might be in the tank after the treatment was finished. So I stopped by Glendale Tropical, and of course, while there, I made the mistake of looking at some of the fish that he had in stock, and I saw a fish that had colors that were different from the colors that I have currently in the 150. He's pushing probably 5 inches, maybe a little bigger, and he seems to have a little bit of dragon blood. But as you can see here, he's got this white face, which I think is kind of cute with that big eye of his. He's got that white face. Kind of reminds me of the melon discus that I used to keep years ago, that were a pretty melon color red with a white face. And so at any rate, he is in quarantine currently, in a 30-gallon quarantine tank, where he'll remain for about a month. I want to make sure that he's active, taking food and all of that good stuff. He's been very, very shy, as you can see, and and then I will introduce him into the 100. But at any rate, you go out looking for something that should cost about $10, and $70 later, $60 later, you're coming home with a big fish. So, and there was another one. He had another very large fish there that I almost grabbed, and I might just go back for. We'll see. But at any rate, that's going to be the addition to the 150. It's going to add a dash of a very different color from what is in there currently. Right now, it's predominantly the blues and the reds that you see on these fish, and so I'm excited to see what how he takes to that tank. I'll add him in total darkness, and during a morning when I can hang around and observe and make sure he doesn't get immediately killed off the way cichlids, larger cichlids, can do sometimes. So I will add him, into a dark tank, and really watch him closely, and make sure that he really is, accepted and becomes part of the team. It has been definitely better since I added more fish. There's less extreme violence. There's the occasional chase, which you always see in an African cichlid tank, but there hasn't been any of that very heavy singling out of a fish. And I think that I've been successful in spreading out some of the aggression by adding those additional 4 fish that I received from Live Fish Direct. And don't forget, I think Josh will still give you a nice big bag, like a $15 bag of fish food, if you type Ochart in the comments when you check out after buying fish from Live Fish Direct. Check with Josh on that. I'm sure maybe he would extend it if you said you saw it in one of my videos. Okay, so if you're in the Southern California, Los Angeles area, check out Glendale Tropical Imports, and they've got a nice little shop there. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that bell, and be sure to sub if you haven't already. Comment, rate, and all that good stuff. All right? Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.